On a busy night in Columbus, Ohio, Brian Schaffer walked into a campus bar and then seemed to disappear without leaving a clear trace. He was 27 years old. He was studying medicine, and most people around him believed his life was just getting started. His mother had died only weeks earlier after a long illness, and friends said that grief sat heavily on him. Even so, he still made plans, joked with friends, and looked ahead to a short Miami trip with his girlfriend Alexis. On the night of March 31st, rolling into April 1st, 2006, Brian went out with his friend Clint Florence and Clint's girlfriend Meredith Reed. After visiting other places, the group arrived at the Ugly Tuna Saloona, a popular bar in the South Campus Gateway complex near Ohio State. Security video showed Brian riding the escalator up toward the bar a little after 1 a.m., relaxed and smiling like nothing was wrong. Near closing time, another camera caught him outside the bar speaking with two women for a few minutes. His friends expected him to follow them back down, but when the bar emptied, Brian was suddenly nowhere to be found. They called him, looked around, and finally assumed he had slipped away on his own. That guess turned terrifying when he never came home, never contacted Alexis, and never showed up for the trip they had planned. That is the detail that turned his disappearance into one of the most talked about mysteries in modern true crime, because the cameras seemed to show him entering the area but never clearly leaving it. For years, people told the story like a locked room puzzle, as if a man had evaporated inside a crowded building. The real layout was less magical and much more frustrating because the cameras did not cover every doorway, stairwell, or service route. Investigators said Brian could have left through a back exit used by staff and musicians, then passed into a construction area that had weak surveillance. Police searched the bar, checked rooftops, looked through nearby construction zones, and reviewed security footage again and again. They also checked hospitals, jails, and tips from possible witnesses, but nothing gave them a solid ending to the night. His bank accounts never showed the kind of activity you would expect from someone starting over, and his apartment still held the things he used every day. His car stayed behind, his classes stopped, and the normal rhythm of his life simply broke in the middle of one weekend. Some people believed grief pushed him to walk away, but those close to him said he had not sounded like a man planning a secret escape. Other people believed he met with foul play after leaving through an unseen route, possibly after crossing paths with the wrong person outside. A theory about an accident in the nearby construction area kept returning, yet repeated searches never produced the proof that theory needed. Months later, a brief ringing signal from Brian's phone raised hope for a moment, but that lead faded almost as fast as it appeared. One reason this case still bothers so many people is how normal the night looked before it became a permanent question. Brian was not hiking alone in a storm or driving down an empty highway because he was surrounded by music, lights, workers, friends, and cameras. He disappeared from a place where somebody should have seen one more step, one more turn, or one more face beside him. His father spent years begging for answers, and that search became even more heartbreaking when he died without learning what happened to his son. Today, Brian Schaffer's case still hangs between accident, violence, and deliberate disappearance, with no hard evidence strong enough to close any door. His story feels terrifying because it turns a simple night out into a reminder that a life can split in half in only a few missing minutes. Follow for more cases that still leave families, investigators, and total strangers staring at the same unanswered door.